Alright then, it's Mr. Eric, Friday, October 22nd, 2021, and today we'll be recapping a huge monster day. John and I get to the warehouse at 9 a.m. I want to get there early because I have some anticipation going on in my head. What's this anticipation, Mr. Eric? Well, I'm expecting my delivery of 12 Gaylords, 12 pallets of books. 12 pallets is basically a whole truckload of books. I can confirm this via my source who sent me a picture 2 days ago showing the truck that was full of Gaylords. Now, knowing that it's a full truckload of books, I know that the trucking company that's shipping the books is not going to want to leave their truck filled for a whole day and just waste that space. So what they're most likely going to do is they're going to drop the truck off at the loading dock in the morning to unload that stuff so they can have a free truck to use for the rest of the day or even overnight and over the weekend. My anticipation was correct. I was really happy with myself. It's not a big deal because I think it's good to be at the warehouse early anyway, but it's good to think like that. It builds another brain cell or whatever. Right when 9:30 came along, I get a phone call from a number I don't recognize, and yes, it's the truck driver, and he's saying this to me. Hey, I can't see where you are. I'm by a church. I don't know where to go. Can you help me out? So I tell the guy, hey, yeah, the church is going to be on your left. Take a left on the next street after the church, and then you're going to see a warehouse on your left. You can back up to the loading dock there. And he goes, oh, okay, buddy. See you soon. So John and I get ready with our pallet jack. We drive it down to the loading dock. There's some people at the loading dock cutting up some wood with a truck backed up there. I've never seen them before, but I kindly asked them, hey, can you guys move for a little bit because we're taking a truck here. That truck's probably going to have to go in a little bit. We'll unload and then you guys can get right back to it. They were nice about it. They let us go. So the truck backs up. The truck driver comes out, opens up the door, and then John and I start to unload all the Gaylords. Thank God that the trucker let us use his pallet jack too. So I was using that guy's pallet jack, John was using mine, and we were wheeling the pallets down into the warehouse space to put up against the wall as you see behind me. Currently we have 13 Gaylords here. One of them is half empty so that we could put the duds in and then get to work on the rest of them. I'm very happy with the amount of space that 12 Gaylords takes up. I was thinking that would be a bit more space, but I was overestimating. It is actually a good space here. I have some space by the door for people to walk through, for me to walk through if customers come. It's not too big of a deal. If you want to see what these Gaylords look like, feel free to follow my bookstore Instagram page at worthwhile.reads_ or my Facebook page at Worthwhile Reads Bookstore. I'm hoping to get to work on all these Gaylords this weekend with John and Henry and going into next week. That way we can get a bunch of stuff listed before the trip next weekend to Boston, which I'm freaking excited about. Gonna be lit. So the delivery went freaking smoothly. I gave the pallet jack to Mr. Truck Driver and he goes, oh, thanks, buddy. And I'm like, you're welcome, Mr. Trucker. No, I didn't call him Mr. Trucker, but it's funny to call people Mr. whatever, like Mr. Zach, all these Misters. So I just like to say it to myself. The trucker left, and then it was time to give the Mr. Woodcutters and the Mrs. Woodcutter, because there was one of them with the other two guys, permission to use the loading dock again. John and I walked back into the warehouse space, and we got to work on listing some books on eBay. I have a whole pile of vintage books that need to go on eBay. They've been sitting for probably a week or two, because I've been getting to Amazon stuff and other priorities first. I trained John on how to list eBay vintage stuff. He got the hang of it pretty quickly, and him and I got to work putting stuff on the shelves. Lots of expensive stuff. One of these books is actually a $300 book. It's not really a book, it's a catalog for Sotheby's auctions from a guy's artwork with the last name Skull. I forget his first name, but this guy's Skull had an auction for his artwork, and this auction was pretty famous, so his catalog is worth a lot of money. I listed it on eBay as auction, and guess what? I already got one bid for $309. I'm hoping other people can bid, and the price can get jacked up so I can make even more. But for now, I'm secured a $309 sale, which I'm super happy about. It's gonna happen in 7 days, because that's when the auction ends. There's some other expensive books in there, like $199 book about some fashion jeans from Japan. I don't know, it's weird. All the weird books are the stuff that's most expensive. So if you go to a book sale and you don't have a scanner, just look for stuff with weird titles that you have no idea what it's about and just take those and they'll probably be profitable. You kind of just gotta try and see, you know? The morning was going smoothly with the eBay listings and then I got a break in the action. A couple days ago, Miss Tori Sims, who I went to school with, nursing school, she hit me up because she has some books she wants to sell. So I told told her she can come drop him off, and she said she was going to come today. So she shows up at the warehouse. She actually gets kind of lost and have to direct her where to go. She calls and says that she's here. She parks, and then she gives me her books. Her and I talk about Middlesex Hospital for a bit because that's where she works. We talk about how some other people are doing, and then I invite her into the warehouse to show her what's good. She tells me she's into Wally Lamb books, which are like some weird, depressing books. So I look up my inventory and I find one that's listed on eBay, and I give it to her as a gift. I get her a picture so I could advertise it down the road, and she was happy with it. She was on her merry way. It was good to see Tori. I told her we should go get drinks sometime with the squad, and she's down, so maybe we'll have one of those in the near future. After Miss Tori left, it was time for me and John to leave, not home, but to the post office. It's time to drop off the packages at the post office. After we drop the packages off, I am feeling hungry, so is John, and John's never tried Chopsticks Kitchen, so I feel like today's a good day to go to Chopsticks Kitchen. If you haven't heard about Chopsticks Kitchen, it is the freaking best Chinese place in Bristol. I'm not kidding you when I'm telling you that the price is only $5.25 for a lunch meal. I mean, after tax, it's $5.80, but still, I've never seen anything that cheap. If you want Chinese food, go to Chopsticks Kitchen. You will be impressed. I got some pork lo mein. John got some paper steak and onion, and it was freaking good. We ate it at the warehouse, and then we were back to doing some more eBay listings. Did it for a couple hours, and then I had to go home because next up, I have to deliver an order of books to a lady in Waterbury. Whoa, what is this, Mr. Eric? Well, a couple days ago, I got a sale for my lot of Patricia Cornwell hardcover books, and I noticed the address was in Waterbury, Connecticut. So I figured, why not make a connection with a customer and go personally deliver the books to them? Take a risk, you know? So that's what I do. I get those books, I hit the car, and then I drive all the way to Waterbury. It's a tough ride because I hate going to Waterbury. I-84 is a freaking mess for traffic all the time. I hit some traffic, and then I finally make it to this lady's house, and I'm actually greeted by her son, who's this crazy looking guy. His hands are all dirty, and he manages, I guess, a Pep Boys auto shop in town. But he's not the customer. It's actually his mother, I think. His mother's name Elizabeth. She's a very elderly woman. I give her the book. She seems pretty happy. And she says, oh, I got some boxes of books for you, Mr. Eric. And so I take those boxes, I put them in my car. I'm pretty happy with what I get. By pretty happy, I mean I could probably lot them together, but it's a lot of just murder mystery stuff that's not going to be profitable individually. I'm just happy to take this stuff from a lady and make her day. I drive home with all these books. Just kidding, I don't drive home. I actually go straight to the warehouse to package some orders that need to be sent to the post office tomorrow. And then once I do that, I get to recording this video and the 2 other days' videos. That's why I'm wearing the same hat in the last 2 days' videos as I am today. I hope you enjoyed it. I look forward to talking to you tomorrow. Peace.